guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Daniel 7 to 12, Proverbs 20, and Psalm 55. Let's get started. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel saw a dream and visions under his head as he lay in his bed. Then he wrote down the dream and told the sum of the matter. Daniel declared, I saw my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of heaven were stirring up the great sea, and four great beasts came up out of the sea, different from one another. The first was a lion and had eagle's wings. And then, as I looked, its wings were plucked off, and it was lifted up from the ground and made to stand on 2 feet like a man. And the mind of a man was given to it. And behold, another beast, a second one like a bear. It was raised up on one side. It had 3 ribs in its mouth, and between its teeth. And it was told, Arise, devour much flesh. After this I looked, and behold, another like a leopard. It had 4 wings of a bird on its back, and the beast had 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. After this I saw in the night vision, and behold, a 4th beast, terrifying and dreadful, and exceedingly strong. It had great iron teeth. It devoured and broke in pieces, and stand wall was left with its feet. It was different from all the beasts from before, that were before, and it had 10 horns. I considered the horns, and behold, there came out among them another horn, a little one, before which 3 of the first horns were plucked up by the roots. And in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. And as I looked, behold, thrones were placed, and the Ancient of Days took a seat. His clothing was white as snow, and the hair of his head was pure wool. His throne was fiery flames, its wheels were burning fire. A stream of fire issued and came out from before him. 1,000 served, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The courts sat in judgment, and the books were open. I looked then because of the sound of the great words that the horn was speaking. And as I looked, the beast was killed, and its body destroyed, and given over to be burned with fire. And as for the rest of the beasts, their dominion was taken away. Their lives were prolonged for a reason and a time. I saw in the night vision, and behold, with the clouds of heaven, there came one like a son of man. And he came to the Ancient of Days, and was presented before him. And to him was given dominion and glory and the kingdom, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and a kingdom one that shall not be destroyed. And as for me, Daniel, my spirit within me was anxious, and the visions of my head alarmed me. I approached one of those who stood there, and asked him the truth concerning all this. So he told me and made known to me the judgment. The interpretation of the things. These 4 great beasts are 4 kings who shall arise out of the earth. That the saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever. And I desired to know the truth about the 4th beast, which was different from all the rest, exceedingly terrifying, with its teeth of iron and claws of bronze, and which devoured and broke in pieces his stand while it was left with its feet. And about the 10 horns that were on its head, and the other horn which came up, and before which 3 of them fell. The horn that had eyes and a mouth and spoke great things, and that seemed greater than its companions. And it looked, and this horn made war with the saints and prevailed over them, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given for the saints of the Most High. And the time came when the saints possessed the kingdom. And as he said, as for the 4th beast, it shall be a 4th kingdom on earth. They shall be different from all the kingdoms. It shall devour the whole earth, and trample it down, and break it to pieces. As for the 10 horns, and out of this kingdom 10 kings shall arise, and another shall arise after them. It shall be different from the former ones, and shall put down 3 kings. He shall speak words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and shall think to change the times of the people, and they shall be given into his hand for 10 times and half time. And the court shall sit in judgment, and his dominion shall be taken away, till he consumed and destroyed to the end. And the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. His kingdom shall be an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey. Here is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my thoughts greatly alarmed me, and my God changed, but I kept the matter in my heart. In the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar, a vision appeared to me. Daniel answered that which appeared to me at the first, and I saw in the vision, and I was ensued at the citadel, which is in the province of Elah, and I saw in the vision, and I was at the Ulai canal, and I raised my eyes and saw, and behold, a ram standing on the bank of the canal. It had 2 horns, and both horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher one came up last. And I saw the ram charging westward and northward and southward. No beast could stand before, and there was no one who could rescue from his power. And didn't see place, and became great. And as I was considering, behold, a male goat came from the west across the face of the whole earth, without touching the ground. And the goat had a conspicuous horn between his eyes. He came to the ram with the 2 horns, which I see standing on the bank of the canal, and he ran ahead with his powerful wrath. And I saw him climb close to the ram, and he was enraged against him and struck the ram and broke his 2 horns. And the ram had no power to stand before him, but he cast him down to the ground and trampled on him, and there was no one who could rescue the ram from his hand. And the goat became exceedingly great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken. Instead of it, there came out 4 conspicuous horns, to the 4 winds of heaven. And out of one of them came a little horn, which grew exceedingly great toward the south, toward the east, and toward the coast. It grew great, even to the host of heaven, and some of the hosts and some of the stars it threw down to the ground, and trampled on them. It became great, even as great as the prince of the host. And the regular burnt offering was taken away from him, and the place of his sanctuary was overthrown, and his will be given over together with the regular burnt offering. It is a transgression, and I will throw truth to them. I will act and prosper. Then I heard a holy one speaking, and another holy one said to the one who spoke, For how long is the vision concerning the regular burnt offering? A transgression that makes desolate, and the giving over the sanctuary and host to be trampled underfoot. And he said to me, 3,300 evenings and mornings, and the sanctuary shall be restored to its rightful state. And I, Daniel, had seen the vision. I sought to understand it. And behold, there stood before me one having the appearance of a man. And I heard a man's voice between the banks of the Ulai, and it called, Gabriel, make this man understand the vision. So he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was frightened and fell on my face. He said to me, Understand, O son of man, that the vision is for the time of the end. And when he had spoken to me, I fell into a deep sleep with my face to the ground. But he touched me and made me stand up. And he said, Behold, I will make known to you what shall be at the latter end of the indignation. For it refers to the appointed time of the end. And as for the ram you saw, now with 2 horns, these are the kings of Media and Persia, and the goat is the king of Greece, and the great horn between his eyes is the first king. And as for the horn that was broken, the place in which 4 others arise, 4 kings shall arise from this nation, and not with his power, and at the latter end of the kingdom, where the transgressors have reached their limit. A king of boldface, one that understands the riddle shall arise, and Hannah shall be great, and not by his own power. He shall cause fearful destruction, and shall succeed on what he does, and destroy mighty men of the people who are the saints. By his cunning he shall make the sea prosper under his hand. In his own might he shall become great. Without warning he shall destroy many, and he shall rise even rider, because of the prince of princes, and he shall be a regular, but by no human hand. The vision of the evenings and the mornings that has been told is true, is sealed the vision, and where it refers to many days from now. And I, Daniel, was overcome and lay sick for some days. And I arose and went about the king's business, and I was appalled by the vision and did not understand. In the first year of Darius, the son of Hazer, I had descent and Media, who was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans. In the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, received from the books the number of years, and that according to the word of the Lord to Jeremiah the prophet, must pass before the end of the desolations of Jerusalem, namely 70 years. Then I turned my face to the Lord God, seeking him by prayer, and pleas for mercy with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. I prayed to the Lord my God and made confession. I say, O Lord, the great and awesome God, who keeps covenant and steadfast love, as those who love him and keep his commandments. He has sinned and done wrong, and acted wickedly in rebellion, turning aside from your commandments and rules. We have not listened to yourself, the prophets, who spoke in your name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. To you, O Lord, belongs righteousness, but to us open shame, as at this day, to the men of Judah, to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and to all Israel, those who are near and those who are far away, in all the lands to which you have driven them, because of the treachery that they have committed against you. To us, O Lord, belongs open shame, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against you. To the Lord our God belong mercy and forgiveness. We have rebelled against it, and have not obeyed the voice of the Lord our God by walking in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. And all Israel was transgressed the law, and turned aside, refusing to obey your voice. More than the curse and oath that are written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, have been poured out upon us, because we have sinned against him. He has confirmed his words, which he spoke against us and against our rulers who ruled us, by bringing upon us great calamity. Under the whole heaven there has not been done anything like what has been done against Jerusalem. As it is written in the law, all this calamity has come upon us. Yet we have not entreated the favour of the Lord our God, turning from our iniquities. iniquities and gaining insight, and by your truth. Therefore the Lord has kept ready the calamity, and has brought it upon us. For the Lord our God is righteous in all the world, and he is just, and we have not obeyed his voice. And now, Lord our God, you brought your people out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand, and have made a name for yourself as at this day. We have sinned, and we have done wickedly. And Lord, according to all your righteous acts, let your anger and your wrath turn away from your C.Jun and the holy hill, because of for our sins, and for the iniquities of our fathers. Jerusalem and your holy and your people have become a byword among all who are around us. Therefore, O our God, listen to the prayer of your servant, and to his pleas for mercy, and for your own sake, O Lord, and make your face to shine upon your house sanctuary, which is desolate, O my God. And incline your ear and hear, open your eyes and see our desolation, and see that call out your name. We do not present our pleas before you because of our righteousness, or because of your great mercy, O Lord. Hear, O Lord, forgive, O Lord, pay attention and act, and delay not for your own sake, O my God, because of your city and your people are called by your name. While I was speaking and praying, confessing my sin and the sin of my hateful Israel, and presenting my plea before the Lord, my God, for the holy hill, my God, while I was speaking in prayer, that man in grave view, whom I had seen in the vision at the first, came to me swift flight at the time of the evening sacrifice. He made me understand, speaking with me and saying, Hey Daniel, I have now come out to give you insight and understanding. At the beginning of your place from us, you well known, and I have come to talk to you, for you greatly love. Therefore consider and understand the vision. 70 weeks I decreed about your people and your holy city, to finish the transgression, put an end to sin, and to atone for iniquity, to bring everlasting righteousness, to seal both vision and prophet, and to anoint and make holy. Know therefore and understand that from the going on of the war to restore and build Jerusalem, and to the coming of the anointed one, and prince, they shall be 7 weeks. And then for 62 weeks it shall be built again with squares and way. But in trouble time, and after the 62 weeks, and the anointed one shall be cut off and shall have nothing. And the people of the prince who is to come and shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and its end shall come with the flood. And to the end there shall be war, desolations at the queen, and he shall make a strong covenant with many for 1 week. And for half the week he shall put an end to sacrifice and offering. And all the wing of abomination shall come on who makes desolate, until the decree to end is poured out on the desolator. In the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, the word was revealed to Daniel, who was named Belteshazzar, and the word was true. It was a great conflict, and he understood the word and had understanding of the vision. In those days I, Daniel, was mourning for 3 weeks. I ate no delicacies, no meat or wine entered my mouth, nor did I anoint myself over the full 3 weeks. On the 24th day of the first month, as I was standing on the bank of the great river, I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a man clothed in linen, with a barrel of fine gold from earth as it around his waist. His body was like beryl, and then his face like the appearance of lightning, his eyes like flaming torches, his arms and legs like the gleam of burnished bronze, and the sound of his word like the sound of a multitude. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision, for the men who were with me did not see the vision. A great trembling fell upon me, and they fled to hide themselves. So I was left alone and saw this great vision, and no strength was left in me. My radiant appearance was fearfully changed, and I retained no strength. And I heard the sound of his words, and as I heard the sound of his words, I found my face in deep sleep, with my face to the ground. And behold, a hand touched me and set me trembling on my hands and knees. And he said, O Daniel, man greatly loved, understand the words I speak to you, and stand upright, for now I will be sent to you. And when he had spoken this word to me, I stood trembling. And he said to me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that you set your heart to understand, and humble yourself before your God, your words have been heard. And I have come because of your words. And the king of Persia withstood me 21 days. Then Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, for I was left there with the kings of Persia, and came to make you understand what is to happen to your people in the latter days, for the visions for the days yet to come. When he had spoken to me according to these words, I turned my face toward the ground and was me, and behold, in one of the likenesses of the children of man touched my lips. And I opened my mouth and spoke. And I said to him who stood before me, O my Lord, by reason of the vision, pains have come upon me, and I retain no strength. How come my Lord servant told with the Lord? But now no strength remains in me, and no breath is left in me. And again one having the appearance of a man touched me and strengthened me, and said, O man greatly loved, fear not, peace be with thee, be sure and of good courage. And he spake to me, and I was strengthened, and said, Let my Lord speak, for you strengthened me. Then he said, Do you know why I have come to you? And now I will return to fight against the prince of Persia. And when I go out, behold, the prince of Greece will come, and I will tell you what is inscribed in the book of truth. There is none who contends by my side against these except Michael, your prince. And as for me, in the first year of Darius the Mede, I served to confirm and strengthen him. And now I will show you the truth. Behold, 3 more kings shall rise to Persia, And the fourth shall be far richer than all of them, and he is to come strong through his riches. He shall stir up against the kingdom of Greece, and then a mighty king shall rise, who shall rule with great dominion and do as he wills. And as soon as he is arisen, his kingdom shall be broken and divided throughout the four winds of heaven, but not to his posterity, nor according to the authority with which he ruled. For his kingdom shall be plucked up, and great others beside these. And the king of the south shall be strong, and one of his princes shall be stronger than he, and shall rule, and his authority shall be a great authority. After some years they shall make an alliance, and the daughter of the king of the south shall come to the king of the north to make an agreement. She shall not retain the strength of her arm, and he in his arm shall not endure. And she shall be given up, and her attendants. He fathered her, and he supported her in their son. And from a branch from the root, one shall rise in his place. He shall come against the army and enter the fortress of the king of the north. And he shall deal with them, and shall prevail. He shall also carry off to Egypt their gods with their no image, and their precious vessels of silver and gold. And for some years he shall refrain from attacking the king of the north. And the latter shall come into the realm of the king of the south, and it shall return to his own. His son shall wage war and assemble a multitude of great forces. It shall hear it coming and overflow and pass through, and again shall carry the war as far as his fortress. And the king of the south, moved with rage, shall come out and fight against the king of the north. He shall raise a great multitude, but it shall be given into his hand, and the multitude is taken away. His heart shall be exalted. He shall be cast down tens of thousands, and he shall not prevail. And the king of the north shall again raise a multitude, and then the first, and after some years he shall come up with a great army and abundant supply. And those strange men shall rise against the king of the south, and the violent among your own people shall lift themselves up in order to fulfill the vision, but they shall fail. And the king of the north shall come and throw up siege works and take a well-fortified city, and the forces of the north shall not stand, nor even his best troops, for there shall be no strength to stand. And here he comes against them. Here comes against him, and shall do as he was, and none shall stand before him. And he shall stand in the glorious land with destruction in his hand. He shall set his face to come with the strength of his whole kingdom, and he shall bring terms of an agreement, and perform them. He shall give him the daughter of woman to destroy the kingdom, and he shall not stand or be to his advantage. Afterward he shall turn his face to the coastline, and he shall capture many of them. And the commander shall put an end to his insolence, and he shall turn his insolence back upon him, and he shall turn his face back toward the fortresses of his own land. And he shall stumble and fall, and shall not be found. And he shall arise in his place one who shall send an exactor of tribute for the glory of the kingdom. But within a few days he shall be broken, neither in anger nor in battle. In his place shall arise a contemptible person to whom royal majesty has not been given. He shall come in without warning, obtain the kingdom by flatteries. The army shall be utterly swept away before him and broken, he with the prince of the covenant. And from the time that an alliance is made with him, he shall act deceitfully, and he shall become strong with a small people. Without warning, he shall come into the richest parts of the province. He shall do what neither his fathers nor his fathers have done. They have done, scouring among them plunder, spoil, and goods. He shall devise plans against strongholds, but only for a time. He shall stir up his power in his heart against the king of the south with a great eye, and the king of the south shall wage war with an exceedingly great and mighty army, but he shall not stand, for plots shall be devised against him. Even though his ears shall break him, his eyes shall be swept away, and many shall fall down slain. And as for the two kings, their hearts shall be bent on doing evil. He shall speak lies at the same table, and to no avail, for the end is yet to be at the time appointed. He shall return to his land with great wealth, and his heart will be set against the covenant. And he shall work his will and return to his own land. At the time appointed he shall return and come into the south, but it shall not be this time as it was before. The ships of Kitchen shall come against him. He shall be afraid and withdraw, and he shall turn back and be enraged and take action against the holy covenant. He shall turn back and pay attention, and those who forsake the holy covenant, forces from him shall appear and profane the temple and fortress, and shall take away the regular burnt offering, and they shall set up the abomination that makes desolate. He shall seduce with flattery those who violate the covenant, and the people who know their God shall stand firm and take action, and the wise among the people shall make it many understand. Though for some days they shall stumble by sword and flame, and captivity and plunder. When they stumble, they shall receive a little help, and they shall join themselves to them with flattery, and some of the wise shall stumble, so that they may purify and made white until the time of the end. And so, for it still awaits the appointed time. And the king shall do as he wills. He shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god. He shall speak astonishing things against the God of gods. He shall prosper until the indignation is accomplished. For his decree shall be done. He shall pay no attention to the gods of his fathers, or to the one beloved by one. He shall not pay attention to any other god. He shall magnify himself above all, and he shall honor the God of fortresses and cities, and God of his father, Jun. He shall honor with gold and silver, with precious stones and costly gifts. He shall deal with the strongest fortresses, with the help of flying God. With technology, he shall load with honor. He shall make them rulers over many, and shall divide the land for the price. At the time of the end, the king of the south shall attack it. But the king of the north shall rush upon him like a whirlwind, with chariots and horses, and with many ships. And he shall come into countries, and shall overflow and pass them. He shall come into a glorious land, and tens of thousands shall fall. And these shall be delivered out of his hand. Adam and Moab and the main part of the Ammonites. He shall stretch out his hand against the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. He shall become all the treasures of gold and of silver, and all the precious things of Egypt, and the Libyans and the Cushites shall follow in his train, and these from the east and the north shall love him. And he shall go out with great fury to destroy and devote many to destruction. He shall pitch his palatial tents between the sea and the glorious holy mountain. Yea, he shall come to his end, with none to help him. And at that time shall arise Michael, the great prince who is charged of heap. And there shall be a time of trouble, and such as never has been since there was a nation until that time. And at that time your people shall be delivered. And one of his name shall be found written in the book. And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting command. And those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the sky above, and those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. But you, Daniel, shall out the words and seal the book until the time of the end. And ye shall run to and fro, with knowledge and shall increase. And then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, two others stood, one on this bank of the stream, and one on that bank of the stream. And someone said to the man clothed in the man who was above the waters of the stream, How long shall it be till the end of these wonders? And I heard the man clothed in the man who was above the waters of the stream. He raised his right hand and left hand toward heaven. He swore by him and lived forever that it will be 4 times and half time. And when the shattering of power of the Holy Heap comes to an end, all these things would be finished. I heard, but I did not understand. And I said, O my Lord, what shall be the outcome of these things? He said, Go your way, Daniel, for the words are sharp and sealed until the time of his end. Of the end. He shall purify themselves and make themselves white and beautify. But the wicked shall act wickedly, and not the wicked shall understand, but those who are wise shall understand. And from the time that the regular burnt offering is taken away, and the abomination that makes desolate is set off, and it shall be 1,290 days. Blessed is he who waits and arrives at the 1,335 days. So go your way till the end, and you shall rest and stand up in your allotted place at the end of the days. Proverbs 20. Blindness and mock, a strong brain to drink a brawl, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise. The terror of a king is like the growling of a lion, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise. And the terror of a king is like the growling of a lion. Whoever provokes him to anger forfeits his life. It is an honor for a man to keep aloof from strife, but every fool will be quarreling. As long as it does not play in the order, he will seek and harvest and have nothing. Whoever says a man's heart is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. Many a man proclaims his own steps love. A faithful man who can find the righteous who walks in his integrity. The stars shall not be his king who sits on the throne of judgment, and is all evil with his eye. You can say, I have made my heart pure and clean from my sin. Unequal weights and unequal measures are both like an abomination to you. Even a child makes himself known by his acts, and whether he is conducted pure and upright. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord has made them both. Let him not sleep, lest he come to poverty. Open your eyes, and you have plenty of bread. Bad, says the Bible. When he goes away, then he boasts. There is God and abundance of costly stones, with the lips of knowledge are precious jewel. Take a man's garment when he puts security for a stranger, and hold him pledge when he puts security for foreigners. Bread gained by deceit is sweet to a man. Afterward his mouth will be full of gravel. Man's eye established by counsel, by a wise guy is wageable. Whoever goes without slandering will reveal secrets. Therefore do not associate with a simple babbler. If one curses his father or son, his lamp will be put out in utter darkness. An inheritance gained hastily in the beginning will not be blessed in the end. Do not say, I will repay evil. Wait for the Lord, he will deliver you. Unequal weights are an abomination to the Lord, and false scales are not good. A man's steps are from the Lord. How then can man understand his way? It is a snare to say rashly, it is holy, to reflect only after making vows. The wise king winnows the wicked and drives the wheel over them. The spirit of man is the lamp of the Lord, searching always in his path. Step with love and faithfulness beside the king, and by step with love is thrown upheld. The glory of the young man is their strength. The splendor of old men is their grey hair. Blows no women cleanse of evil. Stretch my clean the innermost parts. Psalm 55. Give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide not yourself from my plea for mercy. I tend to be an answer. I am restless in my complaint, and my ears the noise of the enemy because of the oppression of the wicked. When they drop trouble upon me, and in anger they bear grudge against me. Heart is in anguish within me, the terrors of death have fallen upon me. Fear and trembling come upon me, and fire overwhelms me. And I say, oh, that I had wings like a dove, I'll fly away and be at rest. Yes, I would wander far away. I would lodge in the wilderness. I would hurry to find a shelter from the raging wind and tempest. Destroy, O Lord, divide their tongues, and receive violence and strife in the sea. Day and night they go around it on its walls, and iniquity and trouble are within it. Ruin is in its midst. Oppression and fraud do not depart from its marketplace. There is not an enemy who taunts me, and then I get there. There is not an adversary who is insolent with me, and then I can hide from him. Whereas you and man, my equal, and then compassion, my familiar friend. We used to take sweet counsel together, and within God's house we walked in the throne. The death you open, and then go down to Charlotte. The evil is in that blind place in their heart, and I call to God, and the Lord will save me. The Lord will save me, evening and morning and at night. I will utter my complaint and mine. And he hears my voice. He redeemed my soul and safety from the battle that I wage. For many are arrayed against me. God will give ear and humble them. He is then firing from of old, because they do not change and do not fear God. My companion stretched out his hand against his friend. He violated his covenant. His speech is smooth and as butter. Yet war was in his heart. He submerged himself in oil. Yet they were drawn swords. You ask your burden, lying and sustaining. He will never permit the righteous to be moved. Righteous to me, for ye, O God, will cast me down into the pit of destruction. No blood and treachery shall not live out half their days. I will trust in you. And now this done, I shall not do the Lord's will. These right hands, the Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, hallowed be on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, and Joseph, we are not tempted. Lead not us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Because of the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.